Welcome back to consecutive day 906 of a Diary of a Runpreneur. Please do give this a like, comment, subscribe, any form of engagement, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information is in the link in the comments below. Thank you for your support as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 906 of a Diary of a Runpreneur, and the weather has taken a turn again these last few days. Not only is it cold, but it's been raining quite heavily over the past few days. So these off-road trails, I stupidly decided to come on another off-road or partially off-road run today, and it's just puddles and puddles of mud everywhere, which is it's not my favourite type of running, as any of you who watch me know that I hate the mud. But anyway, we're out doing it, and today has been an interesting day. It feels a little bit like a change of strategy again, and this I'm going back to my kind of entrepreneurial journey here, and I've been talking a lot about all these exciting opportunities that we're being presented with and stuff at the moment. But I always try and taper down my excitement, pure and simply because until contracts are signed or something has come to fruition, that's exactly what it is. It's just an opportunity. It's not reality. And things change, and you often have to pivot and deviate somewhat to try and get these opportunities and bring them to life. And that's kind of something that's happened today. Our major kind of London-based investors that we still work very closely with. We've had some interesting discussions with them today because they want a large supply of rent-to-rent deals with social housing leases in place. And we've sourced quite a few properties for them, and they haven't met their criteria. So we've been trying to kind of iron out the criteria requirements with them. And I think we're nearly there now. And if we get this right, there's significant demand from their side. But my fear is that potentially their criteria might be a little bit too strict, especially with, when you're sourcing and you need a sourcing network and you have to pay out affiliate or commission fees to your network. It could be quite challenging to meet their requirements. So from our perspective, it's not, the be all and end all from us, because the deals will stack from our perspective. So we get our return on capital employed. It meets our threshold of at least 40% return on capital employed, which makes the deal more viable from our model. But from their model, they want to focus on gross rental margin and maximum number of months payback being less than the initial contract we have with landlords and agents. Well, the difficulty with that is that it's quite difficult to negotiate long-term leases with landlords or agents in first instance when we have no relationship with them. And then obviously the gross margin needs to be then considerably higher to get their payback within the term of the initial lease. So it all makes complete sense, but I feel that it'll be interesting to see, because my gut feel states that we're going to struggle to find the volume of deals that they need or want. So there's going to have to be some kind of compromise in the future. Now, we've left it today as we need to source what they're looking for, and that's completely fine. We're fine with that because, like I say, anything that doesn't meet their criteria we'll take anyway. But it's just we in terms of a forecastable model, we were looking at the revenue stream of working with these guys, and although yes, I do believe it will completely come back to fruition and be quite considerable in the future, I think today has been a knock in terms that we're slightly apart in our expectations. And this is standard negotiation kind of process, but the problem with negotiation and compromise is the cost implication of time, because when you have something agreed, you can crack on. When something's not agreed, you have to ultimately, it takes time to get an understanding, a compromise, a negotiation before you can then proceed with the opportunity. So we're expecting 5 sales with them in this month. It's probably, and then we're expecting kind of 10 in back end of January straight early February, and monthly thereafter the same. But I think I think we now need to taper our expectations based on their requirements. And it's easy to say we should have known this in the first instance, but the model's changed a few times from where we were getting stock from, for how we were sourcing it, and all these types of things based on market conditions. And as a result, it will change ultimately the outcome. In terms, maybe not in opportunity value or potential of working together, etc., etc., but it's certainly knocked things back at least 2 or 3 months, I would say. That's my first gut feel. So many could think that's bad news, but we do have other contingencies in place at this moment in time, which are still also equally exciting. And it's not to disregard the opportunity we have with our London investors, because I think there's still a massive opportunity there. It's just the timelines have changed somewhat today. So let's go past someone, so bear with me a second. Afternoon. So ultimately, the moral to today's story is you have to have contingencies in business, and more contingencies you have in business or backup plans, the better, because we have forecasted against the revenue stream against this opportunity, and if we hadn't got relevant contingencies, it could be the difference between a profitable business and a loss-making business. Really, really important you have multiple streams of income and multiple contingencies. So should one of them dry up or delay, in this instance, you have sufficient income elsewhere to kind of pick up the deficit, if that's what is left, certainly from a forecasting perspective. So anyway, that's it for me today. Any comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Do give this a subscribe, share, like, comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information is in the link in the comments below. Thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.